Go ahead, Graham. Start talking shit, buddy.
Okay, everybody, welcome to Tennis Sucks, brought to you by Selkirk and Sunday Swagger. We've had a little time off. It rained last night. Travis, I've noticed you've started to take on a new look, a new haircut. It's very reminiscent of kind of a Tyson McGuffin mullet.
Don't do that.
He wants to be him.
I want to be more like you, Graham. It was your rat tail mullet that inspired me to upgrade or downgrade my look, depending on your perspective.
Well, I'm trying to be like Tyson McGuffin. You're trying to be like me. There you go. You got a Tyson McGuffin look going.
Is that why you upgraded your vehicle? You want to tell me about it? Tell me all about your cool new car, please.
It's the same car I bought.
Oh, okay, never mind. X that. You mean it's not ceramic wrapped on the outside?
Oh, it is actually ceramic
it is?
wrapped.
Oh, that's sick, bro. Cool.
Clear, though, to protect it from bugs and
sick,
rocks.
Man. That's very cool.
All right. So what do we have to talk about today? What's our first topic, Luke?
We got the MLP.
MLP, the pools
Yep,
came out?
let's
or
talk.
we think they
Yeah,
came
we
out,
know
right?
we know our bracket. I don't know the other brackets, but it looks like our bracket is us, the Hustlers, the Mashers, and the Hard Eights, which is a pretty damn tough pool. I think the Hard Eights are very, very solid. I should say upgraded, but they traded for Lauren Stratman, and she's just played insane since that trade. So, you got Riley, AJ, Lindsay Newman, and Lauren Stratman. So I think that's the toughest team in our pool, unless you get them to a dream breaker, and then they're very sus. The Mashers made a trade for Matt Wright, gave up DJ Young, so that's an upgrade, as obviously Matt plays with Lucy on the reg, and he and Andre should be a formidable pairing. But I want to say also, I think it's an upgrade for Team Clean, who got DJ Young, just because there's more camaraderie between Zane and DJ.
So it's a win-win.
It's a win-win for them. And then the last team in our group, the Hustlers, who I think is probably the most overrated team in MLP right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I really do. I think that, they're going to be average. I think there's going to be a lot of rah-rah in that one, obviously, and should be fun and feisty. And I'm looking forward to talking trash to the other players, Corey, the owner, or it's going to be a blast. What do you think our chances are coming out of that, Graham?
Well, I'm supposed to say we've 100% chance we're coming out.
Okay. Well, I think with our team, do you think we upgraded now? We got Vivian David for Jesse.
100% on the female side because of chemistry.
Yes.
We got an upgrade in the women's doubles. You saw it last week in Atlanta.
Playing great.
They made it to the finals.
And they fought down for 9-2 third game, which can't happen unless you're smiling and butt tapping.
Against the Brasha sisters.
Correct.
Yeah. So they were happy. Their post-interviews were happy. They had a great time. They played well. I'm looking forward to seeing that matchup. I think we're going to get more wins in the women's doubles.
And then on the men's side, we got the world traveler, Kyle Yates, instead of Colin Johns. Kyle's been having the best vacation that I've ever seen in my life. I want to be a part of it next time, Kyle.
I love Kyle, but are there any pickleball courts in Greece, Kyle?
Kyle?
Can you just dink a little for me in the next couple weeks before MLP, please?
I feel like you're getting great energy from Acropolis and just eating it up, and you're going to play insane. That's what I think. All right, we're just going to go with that.
Yeah, he's eating the Mediterranean diet. He's going to have great energy.
Great energy.
Yeah.
You're going to play sharp.
All right, before we go on, we should introduce our third person here today.
Just here. Yeah.
No, you're fine.
I mean, people should already know who you are. That's probably why we didn't do a proper introduction. But we got Connor Derrickson here with us today. He's the trainer to the Pickleball Stars.
That's it.
Welcome, Connor.
And a damn good trainer, might I add.
I'm just here.
That's yet to be. I don't know for sure yet.
Graham, you've never moved better in your life. You've had 5 sessions.
Yeah, Graham's been training with us for
You called
2
me.
weeks.
He called me fat this morning.
I did not
you're
call you
less
fat.
less
I
fat
don't call
than
any
you
of my
were.
clients or athletes fat.
You
I
are
swear.
less hefty. And I'm sorry, fat is not the appropriate word. That's not nice. You're not fat, Graham. You're just a little soft, and he's firming you up.
Squishy. He's a little squishy. But we're firming him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just here so Travis doesn't talk about paddles today.
That's still gonna happen. Sorry, Connor. You won't be able to stop that.
But yeah, ready to rock. Pickleball trainer. I guess I can give you a little background. No one really likes the background, but been in the collegiate setting, right, as a strength and conditioning coach, and as well as professional baseball. And then I've been training people in person, remotes for about 3 years now, and been in pickleball for about, 9 months? Last October. And full go ever since. It's been great. Pickleball is awesome. It's crazy how much everything is changing in the last 9 months that I've been in it,
Yeah, and the reason I knew about you is I saw you playing out here.
Yeah.
And I said, isn't that Catherine Parento's trainer?
I think we actually had that
randomly in St.
convo,
Pete
yeah.
playing on the beginner side pickleball.
Yeah, some getting waxed by some 70-year-old.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's him. Travis
Yeah.
like, that's him. And kind of it blossomed from there, I think. And now you're training Travis and I think some other pros as well.
Yeah, Federico.
Federico Stacksrud, some fast
You're
people.
with Fetty now. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, some fast pickleball players. So
Fetty, great guy, I might add. Very humble. Really like his temperament. Big fan.
Yep, he's awesome.
all right, so if you can help us out here, since you travel for MLP, you're probably more aware of what's going on than I am. Let's talk about our chances, I guess, for San Clemente. I mean, you know our new team.
Yep.
But how are we gonna do? Are we gonna be able to get in the playoffs, in the finals?
I mean, I think if I'm a gambling man, we're not favored. I'd say we're like a plus 175 to make it through, given our performance in Delray. But obviously with the two new players, I think Kyle and I are actually going to be better than Colin and I, just because Kyle's a little more aggressive, and I think I'll play more freely. And I certainly feel like I've learned a lot. You know, I'm still relatively new to the pickleball pro world, and I feel like I've learned a lot in the past couple months. Game is improving. But obviously the engine of this is going to be run by Georgia. If she's on fire, which we know she can be, she and Viv are going to run it. And then in mixed, we're the second best performing mixed team, Georgia and I.
So you're going to stay with Georgia.
Yes.
And then
100%.
Vivian and Kyle are going to be
100%.
a mixed team. Are you going to play first position, or depends on who we're playing against?
I think it depends on who we're playing against.
Okay.
I think at times Kyle and Viv might play first. You know, potentially stack it a little bit. But, you know, Georgia has the ability to literally beat almost any man in a hands battle when she's hot. So I want to take advantage of the fact that if she's playing well, then we secure victories through her. And I think, again, if she's playing great and Kyle and I can just hold our weight and we just pull off a few wins in men's doubles, then yeah, I think we qualify. Yeah. You know, if you give me, let's say Kyle and I go 2-1 in the bracket, I would almost guarantee that we qualify, because again, also the other part of it is we upgraded so much in the Dream Breakers. We were just terrible in Dream Breakers in the last event. Vivian is a great singles player. She's a really good athlete. And then Kyle, obviously, you know, has been a great singles player for a long time. So I think that we have a better chance than we did. I think our team camaraderie is going to be so improved that we got a good shot.
With Kyle, are you going to be playing left side, right side?
I'm playing left for
sure.
Yeah.
You guys have talked about that?
Yeah, I think it's pretty well known. I don't think it's even something that needs to be discussed, to be honest. I mean, we will. If we need to switch it up a little bit, we will. But I think you want the slightly more forceful person on the left. And as crafty as Kyle is, he's probably 20 to 30 pounds my junior, and don't anticipate that he's got that much pop to necessarily run through guys.
Gotcha. Yeah, easy to talk shit while does he even have a global plan that you can talk about this right now, or?
Global plan, I don't know much about that one, Graham. As far as I know, like I said, he's in the Alps.
He's in Santorini.
He's in the Alps right now.
We don't know where he is.
We don't know where he is.
We'll check in later.
But I guarantee he's playing pickleball on the altitude, and he's getting fit. Everything's gravy.
All right, Luke.
Yeah.
What do we have today?
Why don't we
Keep us on track.
do a little recap, Travis, of Atlanta?
Of Atlanta. Yeah. That was a heartbreaker for me. We started in singles. I had a tough one with Fad, and then played atrocious against Ben. It was about as bad as I could play. And then, but a few good points here and there. Then in the mixed, lost to Georgia Johnson and JW, 11-7 in the third game, which was an improvement for us from the previous time we played them. But felt like we had a lot of chances. We were at 7-8-1 3 times and didn't score a point, and played poorly at those points. And then lastly, in men's doubles, Julian and I Had a great match against Fed and Pablo. We came back from, I want to say, 8-3 third game. Had a lot of chances against Matt and Riley. We're up 8-4-1 first game. A fiery match, and I had a blast. Like, Riley was talking shit to me. I was talking a ton of trash to Riley. Nothing personal, just in the moment, having a good time. And I think the crowd really enjoyed it. It seemed to be the match that they were most engaged in, as far as I could tell, for the weekend. And I'm a big advocate for players talking trash to each other as long as it's good-natured and in good fun. I kept telling Riley he had 2 moves. He has more than that, unfortunately. He showed me that. Pancaked me about 4 times, so I learned really quickly there's a no-fly zone against him. And then, things kind of went as they should. JW was maybe a slightly surprise winner in the men's singles, but played great. Fought off a few matches for 3 games. And then the mixed, Ben and Anna Lee. I don't think anybody can beat Anna Lee, man. She's just disgusting. So good. So
82 and 6.
Yeah, it's
Her record is 82 and 6
It's
so far.
outrageous.
Crazy.
Yeah, but what is it this year? She's lost twice?
Yeah.
She lost 1 singles match and one mixed match.
Yep.
And so they ran through the mixed, and then in the doubles, she and Anna Bright just destroyed everybody. So pretty expected. Colin Johns and Ben Johns back in the winner's circle. They played great. The closest match they had was against DJ and Eric Lang. Awesome to see Eric Lang playing well. He looked amazing to me.
He's a big fan of the podcast, by the way. He stopped me 3 times to talk about it. He
Eric
loves it.
Lang's a good dude.
Nice guy.
Very nice guy. And yeah, so, not a lot of things that were unexpected there. But a great venue, really good tournament. Had a few of the Crescent Lake folks out there cheering and playing, and that was cool to see. So, shout out to Justin and Jay, Piccolo and Graham. Didn't have their best event, but, just cool to have them there.
My duper went up, actually.
That's shocking.
I kid you not.
O2 barbecue, duper went up.
My duper raised. That's how good the competition was. So,
Well, yeah, you think there's a lot of sandbagging there in the 5-0?
No, not at all. Actually, it was a very fair bracket.
Okay.
We didn't play well.
Gotcha.
I mean, we were missing overheads at the kitchen line, like 10 of them.
We or you?
Both of us. I didn't miss overheads. That's not my role.
Oh,
I'm
so
a
he
right
missed
side
the
specialist.
So he missed the overheads.
I missed a
By
lot,
saying we-
but
that's
I
good
missed
that
a
you're a
lot
team
of
player.
Izzy dinks.
Uh-huh.
It's contagious a little bit. Maybe you
course
know
it
this
is.
feeling. Like, if one person's playing bad, then you start to play bad. If one person's playing well on your team, you start to play better. Like,
Yeah,
the
it
confidence
can
is a
work
team.
that
It's a
way.
team confidence. It's tough to, ride it by yourself.
Graham, tell me one thing.
Yeah.
How was your body feeling? 2 weeks in, working out. How were you feeling?
I do feel better. I hate to say it.
Why would you hate to say that?
I don't know, because it seems ridiculous that 2 weeks on an assault bike is going to make you feel better about.
He actually told me the other day, Connor, that he believes that there's so much stress being put on his heart that he's shortening his life, and that he should tell me. He's like, I'm telling you, man, this is not good for your body. I'm telling you.
There's a thought I have in the future.
There's a theory that you
A
have.
theory that in the future it's going to come out that really high stressful workouts.
Stop.
These are stressful.
Stop.
These are stressful. That they're not great for
One
you.
thing about Graham, I don't even know if I've told Travis this, is like, when you're doing something that you don't enjoy, you wear your emotions. So you're rolling your eyes at me while we're doing things, and I'm just he's getting mad at me. I feel so uncomfortable
And
sometimes.
the problem is that he's come up with this theory. So now in his mind, this is fact.
I'm killing myself.
Yeah, he's determined it. So regardless of what data you give him, this is how arrogant he is. He's 100% certain that he is telling the truth and that he is correct about the fact that he is killing himself by putting his heart rate to 170, 180.
Let me clear this up. I think it's great to exercise. Exercise is great. I think where I'm close to death, I had a near-death experience last
Jesus
time we did the
Christ,
assault
man.
bike. I did. I got nauseous. I told you.
This guy's never
that's
done
not a
anything
near-death
hard in his
experience.
life.
everything wanted to evacuate my body. I imagine that's
That
why.
was his
Because you have
verbiage. That
toxins
was his
throughout
words.
your body. You eat combos and fucking Coca-Cola.
That's why I imagine you feel like right before you die. That happens. You feel like that, then your eyes close and you don't wake up.
We sat down on our outside furniture after that, and that's what he said to me. He looked at me. He said, "Everything's evacuated."
Once to
Sweat
evacuate.
says such words. Everything wanted to evacuate my body from all orifices. I was about to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever had that feeling like nauseous? where it's
Sure,
like-
it's normal.
Oh.
So I'll tell you the workout he did. He did some body weight squats, some push-ups, and that was about it.
Oh, stop.
What a puss.
It was brutal.
Since we're on this topic, Connor, why don't you tell us, as a professional pickleball trainer, is this the future of pickleball?
is what the future pickleball training.
Yeah, like a
Yeah,
professional is gonna need to do this now.
Yeah,
across the board.
of course. Obviously, like as money comes in, you're going to see people like wanting to have trainers, not necessarily like at events all the time, but like having someone dedicated to them, you know. But I mean, you've seen it like I've seen it in the last 9 months, like how much everybody's more athletic, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's getting a little bit faster. The game is just changing so much.
I definitely think it's made a difference in Catherine's game since she's been seeing
huge
you. Don't you
difference.
think, Travis?
No
like
question.
you can see it when she moves.
I told you that when you said like, what's her resurgence based on? To me, it's Connor a lot because her ability to move. It's my
I
opinion.
appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate
No,
it.
and I think it goes hand in hand. Like you gain more confidence when you're working
Sure.
hard and you're putting in
Sure.
the time and you're on a regimen. You know, it transfers over to your ability to play because you feel like you deserve victory. You deserve.
Yeah.
I've done the work, and
Yeah.
so for me, yeah, she was moving
Sure.
better. She looked more confident, and they go hand in hand.
Did Ben Johns have a personal trainer
Yes,
out there this
he
time?
did.
Yeah.
You know him? Do you know him, Connor?
Not really, no. I like know of him. I think he's more of a PT, so more on like the therapy side. Seemed like a nice guy though. I didn't get to talk to him much. But obviously Tyson, you know, usually has one there with him at certain events. And AL had one. Brandon traveled with her for a while. But yeah, CP like on that topic, like she crushes it. Like she just kind of does what she's told. Like we'll ask good questions and she puts in the work. So that's all it takes. And you know, like you said, I think a lot of it's mental too, right? Like
For sure.
getting after it on a consistent basis and training like week of tournaments when other people, you know what I mean? Like getting a Monday session in and like doing movement work early in the week, like just makes a difference in your mental going into a tournament,
So
especially singles.
if somebody doesn't come to you, which you should, and you offer the ability to go to you online, right? Like
Sure.
they can do it over Zoom and get a whole plan. It's actually a really good setup. But if they can't, what is it that you recommend they do as like a pickleball player?
Sure.
What should they be focusing on? Like I know Travis, he just goes to get yoked at Crunch Fitness all the time. So
I don't do it all the time.
I don't think that's only 2 times a day, something like that.
Stop it.
What
Like
what do
once
you
a week.
recommend?
Yeah. I guess it depends on the person, right? Like, so that's like one thing we do is like we try to individualize everything to what that actual person needs. So some people need like a bigger base of foundational strength, right? If you're more novice, you haven't been you have a lower training age.
Like Graham.
Exactly. So
What? You said that I was doing pretty well. Like I was surprising you.
you did surprise me.
You're doing great, girl. Yeah, you surprised
That's just because of
everybody,
how
man.
low the bar Travis set of me, probably.
No, he said you set the lower bar for yourself.
You do. You're doing well.
I don't want to get
You're
sore.
doing great. You're doing
You're doing great.
Keep moving on.
Yeah, so some people need like especially amateurs, people with a lower training age need like a more foundational strength and work capacity base. Whereas if you've been training for a while, maybe you've played collegiate tennis and you've had a collegiate strength coach, right? Maybe you come in and you start with more high intense bouts, more high intense agility work, high intense speed and things of that nature.
Nice shot, Lena.
So it varies, but getting in and doing some strength work never fails, as well as like sprinting and agility work, right? We know this game is played in a lateral plane. You get to move forward and backwards some, but like obviously if you're playing singles, you're running back and forth on the baseline, as well as in the kitchen, you're moving in that lateral plane often. So doing exercises there it's only going to benefit you.
Got it. Awesome.
Cool. Obviously, I think that most people watching the video version of this podcast are going to be noticing there's a few extra people around. Graham, you want to talk to us about?
I'll let Travis.
got?
It's mostly a focus on Travis. What's all the extra
They're here for me.
camera work today?
They're here for me, yeah. Thanks, that's great. Yeah, there's a documentary being filmed about the MLP season, about pickleball in general. So we're excited to see how it turns out. Yeah, so we got some peoples here for the next, they've been here 2 days, and we're just trying to get some footage to capture the beauty of Crescent Lake and how it is on a Friday morning. It's packed. We got 20 people waiting. Obviously discuss how much this community has meant to a lot of us, me in particular, but to so many of us that it's changed our lives and brought us a lot of joy and friendship and so forth. So that's what they're highlighting, and that's that.
Sweet.
Yeah, so hopefully there's a docu-series about pickleball somewhere in the near future.
Yep.
That's our hope.
Let's talk about how many people were playing last night in the rain.
Yeah, very unique, right? Like it's literally raining. We're trying to get some play in, and the courts are essentially soaked, and 5 of the 6 courts were being taken. So I don't know if there's a lot of places that it's that way. Maybe it is, but I certainly know we're lucky to be here where we got that many pickleball junkies that just have to get their fix.
Well, also our courts are so unlevel that we can play in the rain because
Nice shot,
the water
Nathaniel.
doesn't stand.
Yeah, we are lucky there.
And not everyone feels that way. Travis, you just replied to a Washington Post article saying pickleball is not the best sport in the world. So
Yeah.
why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, so there was a Washington Post article by Rick Riley that, was a kind of a smear job. I think he was just looking for some attention. References how annoying the sport is and how it's taking over real sports like tennis, which, by the way, there's 2 tennis courts behind us. There's nobody on them. And again, ever. 60 people roughly, I don't know what it is, 45 people here on the pickleball courts right now. And then also referencing that the noise is terrible, that there was some study that it doesn't give you any cardiovascular benefit. You take the amount of steps. So I just had it was funny because a lot of people have praised me for the response, which I appreciate. It was a first draft. I wrote it in 10 minutes just because it's really basic common sense. You see the sport changes lives, and that's what I really referenced. And for him to insinuate that it's not a benefit, he even said TikTokers are getting outside and that somehow that's a detriment. How? How is that a detriment? There's obese people that have become skinny. There's depressed people that have become happy. People are finding a sense of community, having a lot of fun. And that was really the thing that I harped on. And to say that it's stealing real sports space, is that space being valued right now by our community? No. But this space is like a holy ground, it's important to us. So that's all. I just wanted to defend the sport. I know how much it's done for me and the people close to me. So it was important to me to just call a spade and say that, it's given me a new lease on life. I've seen a lot of people get fitter, happier, etc. And that was really the whole point of it.
And Connor, that on the note of pickleball not being the athletic sport, what do you think about that?
It definitely is. I mean, especially as Travis can attest, at a higher level when you play, it's just insanely difficult, and the demands of it is it's like no other, right? It entails so many different things, different planes of movement, speed. You have to be strong to be able to last long games, and playing at a pro level is just a whole new animal, whole new beast. Playing for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, potentially Sunday.
And the days are long.
And all day. Yeah.
It's the work capacity, right? That's why I said earlier about having a strong foundation. It all comes back to that. Or else you're not going to be able to last Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday, you're going to be blitzed and you're going to play like trash.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it takes a lot, right? It is an athletic sport and it's only going to get faster. The game's going to change, right? We've seen other sports change just like pickleball will, right? You've seen how baseball goes in ebbs and flows of it's a pitcher sport, it's a hitter sport. The game's going to change just like that. It's going to get faster and more athletic people involved. Just like you see now, all these tennis guys, these all young friggin' 18-year-olds just coming in and just working through the quality and dominating, right?
Yeah.
So it's cool, it's fun, it's exciting.
Graham, NML.
What a bridge.
I love NML.
Me too.
I think that I don't know where they get all their info. We always talk about this, but Travis used to complain that they don't know what they're talking about. I think they're really well thought out and researched. So I like reading what they have because it's, I would say 90% of the time, very accurate.
Yeah, I can say when I'm wrong. They do a good job.
They spend some time on their articles. They're not just rushed through, So I'm a big fan, and I know they had an article recently about Paddlegate, and I think Travis has some thoughts on that as well.
Yeah, I'm just going to give a little 2-minute. So the PPA has basically come out and stated that I did not challenge the paddle in Red Rock. So this has been beaten to death, so I don't want to say too much, but this is all I'm gonna go with. Here's the facts, and we'll just go with that. During the match, I referenced to people in the crowd, I'm gonna challenge this paddle 1,000%. If you watch the video, at the end of game 1, I walk to the ref and I say, I'd like to challenge that paddle. Possible I maybe said, I'd like to have that paddle tested. His response, you cannot challenge the paddle until the end of the match. Okay, no problem. End of the match, I walk to the ref. End of the match, Tyson comes to me. I apologize about the paddle. You were right, something was wrong with it. To which case I said, hey, I appreciate the apology, but I'm going to challenge it anyway. He says, no problem, understand. I then proceed to go to the ref, say I'd like to have those paddles tested. They take his paddles. We walk all together to the referee's desk, where I am told by numerous referees that they're trying to figure out what to do because the paddle testing was not on site. Okay, so Don Stanley, Bianca tell me essentially the show must go on. So even if the paddle doesn't pass, Tyson moves forward and you don't get to play anymore. Okay, so there's no benefit to me. Fine. Well, what happens if his paddle does come back? Well, he will lose his points and prize money. Again, I don't give a shit if Tyson loses points and prize money. It doesn't mean anything to me. There's no benefit to me whatsoever. But through that course of events, 5 sequences of events, I don't know what else I could have done to make it more clear that I was challenging the paddle. And if anyone can tell me otherwise, please do. Please comment, because I don't know. I think it's pretty clear. And unfortunately, the PPA has stated that I did not challenge the paddle, and that's the stance they're taking. I think they're trying to do their best to test paddles now and do things fairly. But I think it's just unfortunate the way this has taken shape, and that's where I stand on it.
And NML reported on that and pretty accurately of what actually happened.
Yeah, NML was very accurate about it. It doesn't look right. It doesn't sound right. It doesn't pass the eye test. And I think if you're in the know in some capacity and you have some logic, like, you don't send paddles off to be tested unless there was a challenge. It is what it is, and moving on. That'll be the last you hear from me about this.
I doubt it.
Absurdity. Yeah, probably. There's probably more.
We can put money on that.
Or assault bike sets.
That's funny.
Okay, that's it.
Great. Well, other news, APP has its name changed. Was the Association of Pickleball Professionals, now Association of Pickleball Players. Graham, you think that that's going to be them repositioning to the amateurs?
My guess is that, well, we've been saying for a while, right, Travis, that if APP were smart, they would focus on amateur pickleball, because amateur pickleball still isn't there yet. The experience isn't great on a national scale, in my opinion.
No, yeah.
It's expensive. You don't get to play a lot of matches if you suck. And the days are long. Like, for instance, Paul and I in Atlanta, venue is amazing, by the way. Love Atlanta. We played 3 total matches. It took us a little over 4 hours.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Well, that's why our minor league pickleball coming in has such an advantage, a potential to change the way that recreational pickleball is seen and played. I envy the pickleball junkies that travel and go play these events, because when I watch the structure of them, the scheduling of them, the amount of matches played, it's like, man, that's a lot of fucking effort for very little return. But people love it. They want to compete, they want to play, they're enjoying it. That the APP probably should attempt, as they're not really thriving in the professional space, to do as much as they can in the amateur space, because there's an opportunity there. I think that MLP has a better model. Minor league pickleball has a better model that's more desirable for the recreational player. But only time will tell, and we'll see what happens with it.
Do you think that's why, for the name change?
They're claiming
Yes.
it's not the reason.
Correct.
We think it is. Speaking of which, Florida Smash is hosting a tournament.
I saw that, Graham.
Yep. July 8th at GT Bray in Bradenton. So sign up, and you'll get, I think you're guaranteed 10 matches
Damn.
for like $100.
Holy
You're out of
shit.
town.
That's if you lose everything. And there's prize money. I think it was like $3,000 prize money.
sick.
There'll be some Calcutta stuff. It's put on by a really good guy, David Tabb, for us.
Yeah,
And
he seems excited about just pickleball in general.
he's really good at throwing tournaments.
Yes.
I promise you. It's awesome.
Graham, will you play with me?
I think I'm
I can tell you, I think he's booked.
I'm the host, so I've got to shake hands and
Sure,
you know,
right.
Yeah, he's got to
Kiss
shake. People
babies.
really want to know him. Yeah.
Sorry, next time. Next
Yeah,
time.
right,
Connor.
right,
Can you check your schedule? Are you free
I need an answer
in
now.
17 weeks by chance?
And if those of you who don't know, we have a new producer, Luke. I know we introduced him before. The
Very
main reason for
professional.
losing Rowan, love Rowan, is he got hired by the Dink. I
Yep.
guess he was doing so well on here. He actually found a job that makes real money, unlike us, and now works full-time for the Dink. Thanks, Thomas. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Try not to
Thomas.
steal Luke,
Yeah,
please.
let's not poach our people anymore, Thomas, okay? Unless
Maybe
you wanna give me
contact us
some-
first before you go and
maybe
grab
contact us first. Little shade, but I don't mind you, Thomas. I still like you. I barely know you, but I don't mind.
But
Take 'em.
Luke, we're excited, man. We're happy that you're with us.
Me too.
And,
Excited to be here.
What else we got?
So after the Atlanta tournament, I saw that Annalie was talking about Pickleball Podcasts, saying that the market is a little saturated, said that she would never start one. You guys think that we just came in the right time, or do you think that there's still room for Pickleball Podcasts?
Oh, you're looking at me. Okay, well, it was funny because it kind of coexisted with a Christian Alshon tweet saying something like, he's so happy he didn't start a Pickleball podcast. Affiliation there I'm not going to comment on. But, he runs a vlog, and I like Christian. Very smart, nice guy. And he even commented on our podcast a few times, so I was a little upset about that. Or maybe he just thinks that some of them suck, which I agree with also. But... I'm one who devours pickleball content, so I listen to almost all of them. And there's some that I like and some that I don't. Won't get into the names of what, but some really suck. Really suck. And I personally like the thing that we got going here, and I think there's plenty of room for more content. People got things to say, and if you're engaged in the sport in any capacity, whether it's from a teaching perspective and a business perspective, a playing perspective, it's interesting. It's a growing, budding business, and fuck, man, people want to know about it. So sure.
I've got to say, in Atlanta, I've never been stopped by more people ever, and it was about podcasts. It's Tennis Sucks podcast over and over again, even in the bathroom. Oh. Travis, I don't know if you had the same experience while you were there.
I've been telling you this. I've been having it for weeks. People coming up to me like, hey, thanks for being a truth teller. Thanks for keeping it real. Some people have to. Like, some of us tell the truth. Some of us play a part and, are actors in a show. I'm very excited that we have always been honest about who we are, sometimes to our own detriment. And, yeah, we get some shit for that, obviously. But we get praise for it, I think, by people who find it refreshing that we just tell it how it is. And keep it real.
I think because we're real, they feel like we're more approachable. So, I said, they'll stop you in the bathroom like, hey, I know you.
Yeah, we're the regular Joes. We're shitheads.
Well, I don't know you, and I'm going to the bathroom right now. So let's talk outside.
Just give me a minute, dude, please.
Just give me a minute.
What are you doing? I think there's always room for good content, right? Yeah. It'll flesh out the low-hanging fruit, right? Or flesh out the bad stuff, flesh out the not-so-good content. Even if someone were to start one right now, right? Like, if you hang with it, the good stuff will stay.
Agreed. Do you listen to podcasts besides Tennis Sucks, Connor?
I listen to all of them, even the bad ones, even the ones I don't like. I still listen to them.
Too. Yeah, all pickleball podcasts.
But even I heard Thomas talk about it. Whatever, their podcast came out yesterday, 2 days ago. Like, people pickleball fans are junkies, right? Like they consume a lot of content.
Yeah.
Because his views are high, and a lot of podcast views. Even all the different platforms, like Tyler Loom just came out with a new one. He's still getting decent views, and that's something to be said there. That pickleball fans, they consume a lot of content. So
yeah, we want more and more.
Yeah. So yes, that to say, I listen to them all.
Wow.
Travis, do you think the pros listen to the podcasts?
I know they do.
100%.
Yeah, they're listening to everything. Sometimes I'll get texts.
Like Suzanne Barr even said, I appreciate what you said on the podcast, saying that she was the most underrated female player in pickleball. So she's listening. Eric Lang, thanking, saying, love the podcast, love Travis's honesty. So yeah, 100% the pros are listening. Right?
Yeah, 100%.
I know Zane is.
They're all listening.
And we listen to them, so it's sure.
Yeah, I listen to everything. So I comment on their stuff. I'll even write Zane, hey, I saw this. He's got a cuss jar right now. It's pretty good. He's gonna something for Alzheimer's. Yeah, I told him you can have me on, and I'll we'll donate a shit ton to them that day.
Jeez.
But no, I think on this podcast I'd go broke real fast.
Speaking of Anna Lee, she's walking in right now.
Look at the outfit.
Oh my God.
One of Anna Lee Waters' Fila outfits just walked on Crescent Lake. That's amazing.
That's hilarious.
One of our fans, Graham, of Tennis Sucks, asked if holding that microphone is giving you tennis elbow.
Did they really?
Yeah.
We're working on that. We're working on that tennis elbow.
Yeah, Connor is actually. The last workout I did, we took a break from the assault bike, thankfully.
It was hailing. No, we work out.
We worked out in hail.
Yeah, it's like a covered space, some turf outside. This guy worked out through hail.
Travis, did you get that hailstorm or did you see it?
I did. I was in my house and saw it, yes.
So
it was insane.
I read the reports. So hail only happens in St. Pete on an average 2 times per year. So we witnessed one of the 2 events.
It was like ice cube
size. How does that happen? Yeah, how does that happen at that when it's fucking 85 degrees outside?
I know.
It's because it's cold up there.
Nice. Good logic.
I mean, that's the reason. But yeah, apparently it happens the most in May. So it's not like something weird happening. That's like hail season is May. So I did a lot of research on it after I saw it.
He worked out hard through a hailstorm. It was like coming in on us a little bit.
I
still got after it.
don't think the microphone is giving me tennis elbow. Thank you guys for your concern. I think it's probably pickleball. It's giving me pickleball elbow.
Lack of ever working out in his
And
life.
I think that I have
Yeah.
really weak forearms.
I think as you gain some muscle, you're going to have a lot of relief there.
I don't have a lot of strength, I admit it. I don't have a lot of grip strength, and I think, or shoulder strength, and I think all those things are important for avoiding pickleball elbow. And now that I'm strength training, I think that it will get better and better. That's my take on pickleball
Slowly.
elbow.
It'll be a long process for sure.
Oh, great.
Well, as we wrap
true.
up, Connor, why don't you give us a tip for the audience listening? How do we build our fitness and strength to help us better at pickleball?
How do we build it? Mainly just consistency, right? Like we're all like pickleball players. They're junkies. All they want to do is play 6-7 days a week, all day long. Is find a plan that works for you. Whether it's 20 minutes, 2 days a week, and you're going to be working out some strength training then, or if it's 3 days a week, 30 minutes. Find something that works for you and stay consistent with it. Don't just be on the court and play all the time, right? Like, get a fitness plan, find a program, find a coach if you're really serious. If not, just start training, start moving the body a little bit more outside of just the court.
I think that's terrible advice. Just play all the time.
And then you'll have tennis elbow like Graham and be out of shape.
But you're,
And then you'll play
you're
catch up.
having fun, and you'll probably live longer.
Live long. First
right.
time Graham ever did the assault bike, he was like looking at me. He just did like 20 seconds as hard as he could. I swear. It was supposed to be max effort. And like relatively it was max effort for him. Sorry. And he started like tapping on his chest. He was like,
Am I
my
dying?
breath. Yeah, I dying. I'm like, Graham, dude, you're going to be okay. All right. We have 16 more of these.
He's special. He's a special guy. No one says things are going to evacuate my body. It's not normal verbiage.
But yeah.
All right, what's left?
Is that all?
That's it. That's all we got.
That's it.
I
All
got
right.
one last point.
Okay.
So they're doing a finals at San Clemente MLP.
Yes.
What are our chances? Is it possible for us to get into the
I think win or final,
finals?
we have a very good chance. And a lot of that has to do with the pool play also. Like every match that you win, you acquire points. And then the matches that are playoff account for more. So
We're ranked 7th, I think, currently right now
we
at
gotta
12.
get to 4th.
And we got to get top 4.
Got to get to
It's
4th. I think that's
possible.
very doable if we were to win it or make the final.
Okay. All right. Thank
right,
you,
tennis
guys. Thank
sucks.
you, Connor.
Thanks, Connor.
Crushing it as always.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Check him out, Connor Derrickson. And yeah, tennis sucks. Thanks, Selkirk.
Thank you, Selkirk. Thank you, Sunday Swagger. Peace.
Bye.